I've been thinking a lot about Trey Lance. I wrote him off early, and I've been thinking more about him because it seems to me all of these quarterbacks other than Trevor Lawrence are imperfect. And it's interesting to weigh their strengths and weaknesses. And now it's Trey Lance week because he's the guy with the pro day. So I've been thinking more about him. And, first of all, people just write him off because of his lack of experience. And it's true. He only threw, 300 passes in college or whatever. But why is Justin Fields' 600 throws at Ohio State more valuable than Trey Lance's 300 throws at North Dakota State? At North Dakota State, Trey Lance, this is why I think Kyle Shanahan might be coming around to Trey Lance. You can't really see much on film because it's only one season and it's 2019, but as he digs in more, as his guys work him out, John Beck, as he goes to his own pro day, as he sees what he's become as an older prospect, he could like him. He could say, this was one of the more difficult evaluations I've ever had. It took the entire process, but when we were done, it was clear he was the best. That's what he could say. So, the thing with Trey Lance, as compared to Justin Fields or Mac Jones, it just seems like what Trey Lance did at North Dakota State is more impressive. Even though it was 1AA and he wasn't facing tough opponents, the offense he was in, it was a pro-style offense. He's comfortable under center. He's comfortable turning his back to the defense. He's comfortable taking control of the offense at the line of scrimmage. That's something usually only veteran quarterbacks in the NFL do. Something that Alex Smith was good at, something that Tom Brady is good at, Peyton Manning was good at. That's high-level stuff, and it's not necessarily a knock against Justin Fields or Mac Jones that they don't do much of that. That's how a lot of college offenses are. Justin Fields and Ohio State in particular, what they do is they rush up to the line of scrimmage like it's a hurry-up play, like it's, no huddle. The defense has to match up, react. They get set. They declare what they're going to do. Then Ohio State stops. Everyone looks at the sideline. The coach looks, tries to decipher what the pressure is going to be, what the coverage is going to be, and then he calls a play that beats it. That beats it. So the way I look at Fields is he's kind of like a joystick. You can trust him to execute the play. He's got a great arm. He's accurate. He's got a strong arm. He can make any throw. And if you block it up correctly, if guys get open, if he sees it, he can throw it. He's also very fast. So you can use him in the running game as well. You can have him do all kind of stuff like RG3 did and Cam Newton do. But he hasn't shown the ability to control an offense, to get to the line of scrimmage, change a play, look at the pressure and decide how to beat it, look at the coverage and decide how to beat it. That's stuff that Trey Lance was doing at 19. And he was doing it so well that he never turned the ball over. Now, again, it was 1AA football, but it's the same school that produced Carson Wentz. And Carson Wentz was very good until he tore his ACL. And don't take my word for it. Listen to Kyle Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan said he was the best player in the league in 2017 until he tore his ACL. Went to North Dakota State, ran the same offense, prepared him pretty well until he got hurt. And you know what? Carson Wentz was not as good of a player at North Dakota State as Trey Lance was. Compare their numbers. Best year Carson Wentz ever had was 25 touchdowns and 10 interceptions. Trey Lance had 28 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. Better athlete, better quarterback, better prospect than Carson Wentz, who Kyle Shanahan loved. So if North Dakota has that track record of preparing a high-level athlete to play in the NFL because of that pro-style offense, then why won't it work again? This is a better athlete, a better prospect. I think he's more intriguing than Justin Fields. Justin Fields, excellent athlete, but how good is he going to be when he's under pressure, when things don't go according to plan? All of a sudden, he hesitates. He'll turn a sack into a turnover. These are things he did at Ohio State. Decision-making is an issue for him, just as it was for Jimmy Garoppolo. I don't see how Kyle Shanahan could look at Justin Fields' weaknesses and feel like he can fix them when he couldn't fix the same weaknesses for Jimmy Garoppolo. They're the same weaknesses. Decision-making. I've talked about this in terms of Kyle Shanahan. It's a trait you have or you don't. It's expressed at a young age, like intelligence. How do you make someone smarter? How do you improve someone's IQ or SAT? You really don't. At a certain point, you are what you are as in terms of your brain power, your intelligence and your decision making. Now, decision making and intelligence have no overlap. They're totally not related. Some of the smartest people can make some of the worst decisions. Some of the least intelligent, least learned people can make some of the best decisions. Different things. But, think about people in the Army. There are people commanding platoons in the Army at a very young age. These are people making high pressure decisions. This is something you can do or you can't. So I don't know that Kyle can look at Justin and be like, well, he makes these horrendous decisions under pressure, but I can coach that out of him. Well, you didn't with Jimmy. With Trey Lance, his weaknesses are the lack of experience. I already addressed that. I think you could argue that the little experience he's had is actually more valuable than the little experience Justice Fields had, or even Mac Jones. I mean, Mac Jones playing in Alabama, how does that prepare you for the NFL? No Alabama quarterbacks work out. So I don't know. Seems to me that Trey Lance actually might be more pro ready than he gets credit for, considering the offense he was in. Carson Wentz played right away. And then, so take the experience out of it. If that's no longer an issue, then the only issue really with Trey Lance is his accuracy. Completed 66% of his passes. He's more accurate than Carson Wentz is. Now, he didn't complete as high of a percentage as Mac Jones or Justin Fields, but okay. That's something he can work on. Accuracy is fixable. Accuracy is something you can coach, you can improve. Decision-making is not. Decision-making is a God-given trait. And it seems like this guy has it, which means if he can improve his accuracy, he'll be able to execute from the pocket like Jimmy Garoppolo would. He can throw the swing passes and the slants and the Jimmy gimmies and the occasional deep throw the way Jimmy Garoppolo did. But when things don't go according to plan, he seems like he's going to be the best quarterback, not Jones, not Fields. Jones doesn't have the athleticism to make anything happen off script. Fields has the athleticism, but not the decision making. I'm telling you, go back and watch Indiana. That guy, when he's under pressure, there was one throw where he's about to get sacked, and instead of just taking the sack, he's about 6 inches off the ground, parallel to it, flings the ball up for grabs, blind, gets intercepted. That's bad decision making. That's scary. You never see Trey Lance doing something like that. So I think what you're going to see is Kyle Shanahan fall in love. And you always say that the Niners don't leak their stuff. They surprise you with their big moves. Well, no one has linked them to Trey Lance. Mac Jones has been the betting favorite. Justin Fields has been the betting favorite. Trey Lance would come out of left field and kind of be on brand for them. So think about it. Go Hawks. I love you, Grant. Ha! Thanks, man.